Today we're going to talk about graphing and solving one-step inequalities. Take a minute and review equations. Solve 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Do not forget to check your answer. Check your answers with the following problems. If you have any questions, ask your teacher. Please pay attention to how the check step is done and how your steps are shown to solve for your variable. You need to show these steps every time. They are important because they're the building blocks to the next few years in math. Turn the page. Let's review some vocabulary. An inequality is a mathematical sentence that contains the symbols less than, greater than, less than, or equal to. That's what this line means right here. Greater than, or equal to. Any number that makes the inequality true is a solution to the inequality. An inequality may have multiple answers. Let's talk about how to read an inequality. F is less than or equal to -5. So F is less than or equal to -5. T is less than 7 25/100ths. So T is less than 7 25/100ths. It is easiest if you always start from the variable. So in this next example, when I read it, if I were to go left to right, it would say 6 is greater than B. So that means your B is less than 6. And here it states that that M is greater than or equal to 2. If you have this or equal to symbol here, you have to include it. Okay, if I were to graph these, my number's in the middle, right? My -5. This is a closed dot because it's or equal to, and it states F is less than or equal to -5. So that means this is my shaded region, my variable. So that's going to be less than -5. T is less than 7.5. So this is T, my shaded region. B is less than 6. It's going to be an open dot because it's just less than. And B is less than 6. Remember, your shaded region is your variable. M is greater than or equal to 2. So here's M. It is greater than or equal to 2. So let's find out what a solution is. A number is a solution to an inequality if it makes the inequality true. So let's look at some examples. Negative 7, is negative 7 a solution to f is less than or equal to negative 5? Plug it in. So f is less than or equal to negative 5. So negative 7 is less than or equal to negative 5. That is true. So yes, this is a solution. T is less than 7.25. So 10 is less than 7.25. No, that is false. So 6 is greater than negative 3. That is true. Yes, so that is a solution. 2 is less than or equal to 2. Yes, that is a solution because you have, it's either got to be less than or it can be equal to. 2 is equal to 2, so yes, that is a solution. Turn the page, let's practice solving inequalities. Solving inequalities is very similar to solving equations. There's only one extra rule that you're going to have to remember, and that is at the bottom of your page. It states when you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must flip the inequality sign. So let's look at a few examples. So you still want to draw your line. Okay, this states 12 times x is less than 48. So 12 times x, the inverse operation is division. So you're left with x is less than 4. So when I go to graph this, I'm going to plot 4, an open dot because it's just less than, and x is less than 4. On number 2, you can also check your answer. Write down your original. And you want to choose a solution, one of your multiple solutions on your shaded line. Okay, you cannot choose 4 because it does not include 4. It's an open dot. So anything less than 4, I'm going to choose 0. 12 times 0 is 0. 0 is less than 48, so I know I shaded in the right direction. X minus 3, so I'm going to add 3 on each side. So I'm left with x is greater than 15. So on my number line, I'm going to plot 15, an open dot. X is greater. Okay, when I go to check my answer, I'm going to write down the original. Something greater than 15 is 20. So I get 17 is greater than 12. That is true. Okay, on number 3, 16 is greater than g plus 3. In order to move my positive 3, I need to subtract 3. You're left with 13 is greater than g. So that means when you read this from the variable, G is less. So plot 13, make the open dot, and your G is less. So I'm going to shade to the left. If I were to plug in, let's say 0, 16 is greater than 3. Okay, so you know you're on the right track. Let's try number 4. This one's a little bit different because you have negative 3 times x. So since you're going to divide each side by a negative 3, you're going to take this inequality sign and flip it around. Okay. So now plot your 6. It's a closed dot because it's or equals to, and it says x is greater than or equal to. Okay, and you can again check your answer. I'm going to choose 0 because 0 is greater than negative 6. Okay, 0 is less than or equal to 18. That is true. Pause the video and try 5 and 6. Check your answers with the following problems. If you have any questions, ask your